Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Terminator Dark Fate. As always, I'm going to give it the good, the bad, and the furry. But before that, go and see all of the other Terminators before you see this movie. Now, if you're wondering, oh, should I see that movie? Will I like that movie? I have reviewed all of the other Terminators. The links are down below. So go ahead and watch my reviews, and then watch all the Terminator movies, and then come back. Alrighty, you've seen all those? Excellent. So, moving on to the good, bad, and the furry. For the furry, if you've seen any of the other Terminator movies, you know that there's going to be a dog, and it's going to be barking at a Terminator. So, that happens in this movie, but that's about all for the furry. So, moving on to the good and the bad. For the bad, I will say that this does not continue in the Terminator Genysis timeline. It really felt like they were building that up to be something, to be some type of new trilogy, and I was looking forward to that. And this one, it's basically in a branching timeline, if you will. So if you've ever played any of the Legend of Zelda games and you've got the Hyrule compendium thing, and you've seen that there's branching timelines for the different games going different directions depending on what happened. So it's kind of like that. And they did a much better job, I think. That's why I referenced Zelda as opposed to X-Men, where X-Men live-action movies have had to kind of twist the timelines, and they're trying to make them all fit together all nice, and then it just kind of becomes a jumbled cluster and not great. With this one, it's great because they're just like, hey, this is the timeline that we're working with. And you're like, oh, yeah, that works. I get it. Solid. Let's go. And they also do an excellent job at the CGI. In Terminator Genysis, I rewatched it recently, and maybe it's because I watched it really close to when I watched Terminator Salvation, but the CGI, I don't feel held up in Terminator Genysis as well as the live action, held up in Terminator Salvation. Because I felt there was some kind of cartoony physics that happened a couple times in Terminator Genysis. In this one, they've obviously stuck to more CGI, but they've done it really, really well. Like, it's very accurate, I guess, is a way to put it. But it's really good CGI. There was not a point where I was like, okay, that looked like a CGI person that doesn't have a bone structure. There was any moment like that. So I really liked it. I also liked that they looked back at the Terminator movies, and they basically were like, okay, so how can we make the bad guy Terminator different, new, and kind of an upgrade? So they took some really good elements from some of the Terminators from past movies, and they kind of combined them into this one. And I thought they did a really good job of showing where the technology could go. And I really like that. I also like that they kind of changed up some of the coloring for how the Terminator did its thing, and it was in a very visually appealing way that also made it different than what we've seen in the past Terminator. So I thought that was really good. I also really, really like the leads in this movie. They kicked so much butt, and I don't really know the really ass-kicking chick who you meet right in the beginning, so I'm not really spoiling anything. I don't think I've seen her anywhere else, but I really look forward to seeing her a bunch of other places kicking ass. So that's going to be awesome. I also wish that they had more Arnold in this movie. So maybe I kind of get where some people were for Terminator Salvation, because Terminator Salvation, had basically no Arnold in that movie. It was a good movie, but it didn't have Arnold in it, even though it was a Terminator movie. And in this one, I wish that there had been more Arnold in this movie, because I really like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator, and it's just something that I hoped for. But that being said, how the storyline progresses and the tense action sequences and kind of the driving force and the believability of okay, well, what's giving them some breathing room here, and how do they get the Terminator off of them there so that they could have some dialogue and push forward the story that they're going for. All of that made sense in universe, and they did a really good job with that. I was engaged throughout. I really enjoyed it. The action was just top notch. They did it so well in this movie. And, it's still a Terminator movie, so it had some of the classic Terminator elements that you come to expect and enjoy. And I like that they had them in there. So I would say that if you can, definitely see this one on the big screen because they do some amazing action shots. So yeah, thanks for watching this one. Thanks for watching all the rest of my reviews leading up to this Terminator Dark Fate movie. Hope you enjoyed my reviews. Hope you watch and enjoy Terminator Dark Fate. Thanks for coming. Hope to catch you at the next one. Bye.